Welcome back to Only Stocks. Today, we're digging into one of the hottest stocks on the market, NVIDIA. With AI reshaping entire industries, NVIDIA's position as a leader in AI and gaming GPUs has propelled its stock to impressive heights. But is NVIDIA still a buy after its recent results, or are we seeing the start of a plateau? Stick around as we break down the latest news on NVIDIA's financials, discuss the impact of AI on its growth, and explore whether it's a good stock to add to your portfolio right now. If you're looking to stay ahead in the stock market, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. NVIDIA's recent financial results. Let's start with NVIDIA's recent earnings report, which has captured the attention of investors around the world. NVIDIA recently posted better than expected earnings, beating analyst expectations. In fact, it's been reported that NVIDIA's data center revenue, which is largely driven by AI-related sales, hit new highs this quarter. With the rising demand for artificial intelligence hardware, from chips to GPUs, NVIDIA has positioned itself as the go-to provider for AI-driven computing power. This isn't just about gaming anymore. NVIDIA's data center segment alone now brings in more revenue than its gaming division. But how does this impact NVIDIA's stock? Well, as AI continues to revolutionize industries, NVIDIA's products are in higher demand than ever. For investors, this means potential growth as long as the company maintains its market leadership in AI hardware. NVIDIA and the AI boom. Now let's talk about the AI boom and why it's so crucial for NVIDIA. Artificial intelligence is transforming sectors like healthcare, finance, and retail. And for AI to perform complex tasks, it requires massive computing power. That's where NVIDIA GPUs come in. With the launch of ChatGPT, self-driving cars, and advanced robotics, the demand for high-performance GPUs is only growing. NVIDIA's GPUs are essential for training and deploying AI models, making it the backbone of the AI economy. The AI sector is projected to grow exponentially over the next few years, with the global AI market estimated to reach over $500 billion by 2030. For investors, this is a big deal, as the demand for AI technology grows. Companies that produce essential hardware for artificial intelligence, like NVIDIA, are likely to see sustained revenue growth.
So investors are obviously expecting or hoping for a beat and raise scenario. That's been kind of NVIDIA's MO. I think one of the things to keep in mind, though, is after the prior earnings report, we saw NVIDIA's stock price drop. Now, there's a few things you could have attributed that to, whether that's people just profit taking or disappointment on the beat and raise, the raise either not being as much as investors wanted, or the beat overall not being as much as what investors had wanted. And when you're going from beating by 200+% in revenue for the quarter to 100+%, I mean, beggars can't be choosers, but I guess in this case, they can be. And so I think one of the big issues that investors are going to be wanting to hear about on the earnings call from Jensen is the status of Blackwell. That's the most advanced chip that NVIDIA has that they're rolling out. There were previously reports of delays, and then NVIDIA said that everything's sorted out and all good. And so we want to find out more about what's going on there. You can expect investors to ask about when orders are going out, if orders are going out, and if they're reaching the customers, and then what the volume looks like of those shipments, if they're going out and when they're going out, if it's more than expected, and what that looks like for the prior generation of chips, the Hopper line of chips, which have continued to do extremely well.
But while this AI boom has been great for NVIDIA, it also comes with competition and supply chain challenges that we'll cover shortly. Challenges facing NVIDIA. While NVIDIA has had an incredible run, it's not all smooth sailing. One of the major challenges they're facing is competition. As AI hardware becomes increasingly profitable, other tech giants are entering the race, including AMD and Intel, each launching their own high-performance GPUs for AI applications. Another hurdle NVIDIA faces is supply chain constraints. With global chip shortages impacting production, NVIDIA has struggled to keep up with demand. This has led to supply limitations, which could impact their short-term growth if they can't secure enough resources. For investors, these challenges mean NVIDIA might experience more volatility in the short term. It's essential to watch how they manage these challenges, as both competition and supply issues could impact their bottom line and ultimately their stock price.
The exact market share that NVIDIA has isn't really tied down to a single number. It's kind of a broad estimate, but it's anywhere between, I've seen 70 to 95+% of the data center market when it comes to GPUs. So they're really continuing to dominate. And if you look at the price of something like AMD shares or Intel shares, AMD is its closest rival. AMD, let's see, they're at about down 7% on the year. You look at Intel, they're down more than 50%. Obviously, a lot more going on there at Intel than just data center business, their whole turnaround story. But for the year, NVIDIA continuing to just crush with up 188% year to date so far. So it's going to be a really interesting story when we get the earnings report. As I said, there's going to be a lot of lookout for what's going on with Blackwell and the shipments there. And then any kind of conversation that Jensen may or may not have with regards to potential tariffs from the Trump administration. Obviously, everybody's wondering what that means for various companies, and for a company like NVIDIA, with China and Taiwan both in play, it'll be especially important.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. We've seen a lot of animal spirits emerge even this week, despite the stock taking a little bit of a breather coming into next week's report. We will see exactly what that move looks like after the report drops next week. Dan Howley, thanks so much for teeing this one up for us. Taking a look at shares of NVDA. They are lower right now by about 1.4%. This coming after a report from The Information highlighting overheating issues with its latest Blackwell AI servers. Now, this comes ahead of NVIDIA's big third quarter earnings report Wednesday. And we want to make sure that you're prepared to talk all about the AI darling with your friends, your family, your coworkers.
NVIDIA's international expansion. Beyond just producing cutting-edge tech, NVIDIA is also expanding its international footprint. Most recently, NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, met with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida to discuss AI adoption in Japan. Japan is a significant market for NVIDIA, especially with its focus on automation and technology-driven industries. This partnership could pave the way for increased adoption of NVIDIA's AI technology in Japan, potentially opening up new revenue streams for the company. As Japan seeks to become a leader in next-gen technology, NVIDIA's role as a provider of AI solutions could further solidify its presence in Asia. This international expansion is a strong signal to investors that NVIDIA is committed to diversifying its revenue base. Stock analysis. Is NVIDIA still a buy? With all of this information, the big question remains, is NVIDIA still a buy? According to analysts, NVIDIA is currently rated as a buy with strong long-term potential, but it's also trading at a high PE ratio, which some investors find concerning. NVIDIA's current valuation reflects strong growth expectations, largely due to the AI boom. However, investors need to consider whether they believe NVIDIA's growth will continue at this pace. While the AI-driven demand is a huge plus, NVIDIA's valuation is already high, which might limit its upside for now.
Kind of give you a rundown of what's happened in this quarter. They've eclipsed Apple as the largest company by market cap. They're now ahead of Apple still, so we'll see how long that holds out. They've also had a number of kind of ups and downs as far as we've heard with regards to potential tariffs. It's obviously been an ongoing conversation. Some experts I've spoken to say that if Trump levies tariffs against China and Taiwan, which is something that he had mentioned prior to the election, that it could be a big problem for NVIDIA or NVIDIA's customers. But let's go over some of the numbers real quick as far as what we're expecting. For the quarter, we're looking at potential revenue of $33.2 billion.
For long-term investors, NVIDIA still has a lot of potential, especially if it can maintain its market leadership. However, for short-term traders, the stock might experience fluctuations as it responds to earnings reports, competition, and supply chain challenges. Comparing NVIDIA to its competitors. When evaluating NVIDIA as an investment, it's helpful to compare it with other major players in the space. AMD has recently launched its own high-performance GPUs, directly competing with NVIDIA's offerings. Meanwhile, Intel has also entered the AI hardware market, putting more pressure on NVIDIA. Each competitor has its own strengths, but NVIDIA still holds the largest market share for AI GPUs. However, increased competition could affect NVIDIA's pricing power and profit margins if these companies capture some of its market. If you're considering investing in NVIDIA, you'll want to keep an eye on how these competitors develop their AI technologies and whether they're able to gain significant market share. The future of NVIDIA and AI. So what's next for NVIDIA? As the AI industry continues to grow, NVIDIA's role as a leading provider of GPU technology gives it a strong position to capitalize on the rise of AI applications. Beyond AI, NVIDIA is also looking into other areas like self-driving cars, cloud gaming, and the metaverse. These new fields represent future growth opportunities, making NVIDIA a potential long-term investment. For investors who believe in the long-term growth of AI and tech, NVIDIA remains a strong contender. However, as with any investment, it's important to stay informed and monitor how NVIDIA navigates competition and market changes. And that's our deep dive into NVIDIA. What do you think? Is NVIDIA a buy? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more insights on top stocks and the latest in AI technology.